everybody, my name is David, and if you haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'd love it if you could like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. So today I'm basically going to do a quick review on the Shark IQ robot, self-emptying. The model is the XL1000 AE series. Again, that's the XL X-Ray Lincoln 1000 AE, or Adam Edward series. So we've had this particular robot here for almost a year. We had another one before that was made by Samsung, and it was okay, but it was on its last leg. So my wife was desiring a better one, so we decided to go out and purchase another one. And I tell you, I love this thing. It's amazing. My favorite part is the fact that it's self-emptying. So I'm going to go over some of the pros and cons, and I'm also going to link another video that goes into extreme detail regarding the phone app that comes with this device. The company doesn't really give you a lot of information other than where the app is located and how to download it, but there's a lot of little intricacies to this app. So I'm telling you, make sure that you watch to the end to get the link to the other video regarding the phone app if you're looking at buying one of these. So let's talk about some of the cons. You can't use the IQ robot on wet or damp floors, outside or near any areas with a space heater. As far as the floor, when the floor is wet, it actually causes the debris that the machine picks up to clump up inside, and it makes it harder for it to expel it once it goes over to the self-cleaning container. So any water that you get on the floor, it will clump it up, and you'll end up clogging up and messing up your machine. So no wet or damp floors. Also, without the telephone app, you really can't schedule a cleaning time. That's one advantage to having the application on your phone. It allows you to be able to schedule not only one time, but multiple times that you want the machine to cut on and cut off and clean for you. Normally, you would have to push the clean button on the machine, and the machine would clean every area in your house. This means that if you had places you didn't want the robot to actually go, you would need to place those boundary bot strips that come with the machine. They're like little magnetic strips. You would have to place those in those particular areas so that the robot wouldn't go to those areas. Also, without the app on your phone, you can't map out different rooms that you want the IQ robot to clean. That's the one cool thing about the application. It actually has a diagram, and it almost looks like your house once it gets done mapping your house. It's really cool. It almost looks like an architectural drawing. And it kind of labels the room. Well, you have to label the rooms. But the cool thing about it is you can specifically pick certain zones that you want it to clean. Like one day we spilt something in front of our piano, and my wife was able to turn the machine on, and it went directly to that area, and it cleaned that entire area, and then went right back to where the docking station was, emptied out the dirt, and that was it. I tell you, these things are amazing. The robot also does not have a point and clean function. Some of the older models, I know the Samsung that we had before, it had like a little remote control, and if you push this one button, it would emit like a laser or like a LED light on the floor, and wherever that red light was, the machine would head there. So if you wanted the machine to go to a certain location, you could use that remote. So that's kind of a feature that we got kind of spoiled having, and we no longer have it with this particular device. The self-empty base will hold the dirt and the debris in the container, but not as long as they say that it will in the directions. Since we've owned it, the longest that it held it was 26 days before we had to dump it. And also the little side brushes that come out and spin around, they can be damaged very easily. So I don't believe we've had it happen yet, or did we? I can't remember. But anyway, it'd be nice to have an extra set or two on hand if you encounter an area where the brushes get damaged. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some of the pros while this robot just continues to do its thing, as you can see. The The one good thing about this particular robot, it's very easy to set up and very easy to use. The battery that comes with the machine actually lasts longer than most other robot vacuums that are on the market. And like I said, we're familiar because we owned one for a few years and can give you a little information about the battery lengths and things of that nature. So with the application that comes on the phone, you can actually map out what rooms you have, and you can also place where you don't want the robot to go without using the bot boundary strips. So this is kind of bouncing off of what I just said a moment ago regarding one of the negatives or the cons. So with the app, which is nice, you can actually map out what rooms you have and also the places where you don't want the robot to go. Without the app, you can't do that. So that's really they're both really related or connected, so to speak. So if you don't have the app, you can't map it out. If you do have the app, you can. Clear as mud. The IQ robot comes with the bot boundary strips that I mentioned already, and they come with instructions that explain how to actually use them so you don't mess up anything. The dustbin that collects all the dust is very easy to dump and replace it without getting dirt all over you or all over the floor that you just cleaned. And regarding the phone app, it will actually alert you when your dustbin needs to be dumped, which is kind of nice. You'll get a notification on your phone letting you know that it's full. Tell me you can't beat that. These little things are so cool. Another advantage, or I should say a pro, is that the IQ robot can go from carpet to hard floor surfaces without hesitation. And if you watch on the screen here, you've actually seen it go from the carpet to the tile a few times. But it can do it without any hesitation or any issues. The IQ robot also has what's called a cliff sensor that will keep it from falling down the stairs if you're using it in an area where there are stairs. Another good thing about the robot, the last thing you want is to damage this expensive piece of equipment that you bought, right? And last but not least, as far as the pros, the IQ robot saves you a whole lot of time. Like, for example, while your floor is getting vacuumed, you can be doing a whole bunch of other different tasks or just relaxing after a hard day of work or just relaxing in general. One other thing I do want to mention that when you're using this machine is before you actually go to turn it on, make sure that you pick up any blankets, any pillows, any cords that are hanging down. You might even want to lift the chairs in the kitchen. You don't necessarily have to. We don't move ours because when my wife mapped it out, she mapped it out pretty good. But it might just make it easy if you just put the chairs up on the table. But the big thing is just make sure you get things out of the way of it so you don't get something caught up in it like a cord or get it stuck up underneath the chair. So now you understand a little bit more about the pros and cons of this actual device if you're considering going out and buying one. And I'm telling you, they're, $400 or $500, but they're worth the money. I mean, they really are worth the money if you're really debating whether or not to get one. If you're looking at the camera, you can actually see how good of a job it's doing while it's vacuuming. I mean, it literally looks like, if you look at the lines, it literally looks like you're vacuuming it with a regular full-size vacuum. So, like I said, I love it. My wife loves it. And it serves us well. So again, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments, your questions or concerns about this actual device. And like I said, you are watching a video from someone who actually owns the device and can give you real-time information on what's good about it and what's bad about it. So until next time, I'll see ya.